Welcome back to the social class, dear students. Today we are going to see the second video of lesson 3, Understanding Secularism from Civics. So last class we just concluded up to objectives of secularism, right? So we need to start from this 12th Rock Edict Ashoka. We have this in page number 183. So let's start. Emperor Ashoka was the first great emperor to announce as early as 3rd century BC that the state would not persecute any religious sect. So Emperor Ashoka, he has announced, in the early 3rd century that nobody are supposed to persecute any religious sect. And in this 12th Rock Edict, Ashoka made an appeal not only for the tolerance of all religious sects but also to develop a spirit of great respect towards them. So not only he has told not to persecute any religion, but he also appealed that we have to have tolerance towards other religion, any kind of religion. We should give respect towards their religion. All right. Yes. So this is the picture of Emperor Ashoka. Next, coming to characteristic features of a secular state. First one is principle of liberty. So you have this in short answer. Starting from here till here, we have 5th short answer. Yes. First one, principle of liberty. First characteristic feature of a secular state. So what is principle of liberty? First we will see what is liberty. Liberty is nothing but freedom. What is liberty? It's freedom, right? So liberty. The state permits the practice of any religion. So each and every state, we have many states in our country. The state permits the citizen of India, to practice any kind of religion as their wish. So that is what principle of liberty. Second one. So this is the first one. Second one is principle of equality. So equality, we all know what is equality, right? The state does not give preference to any religion over other. So all religions are equal. So they are not giving any preference for any kind of religion sect. So all religion are equal. They are treating all religion are equal. The state does not give preference to any religion over another. Next, third one, principle of neutrality. So neutrality here is impartial. Not giving partiality. Parabhatsham paakama irukkirathu. That is called as partiality. Impartiality is just opposite towards. They are treating all the religion in a neutral way. The state remains neutral in religious matter. So any kind of religious festival comes, we get holiday, isn't it? So for each and every religious festival, we get holiday. So they are treating, our government is treating each and every religion in a same way, neutrally. Fine. Next, a secular state is the one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the country's official religion and every religion is treated equally. So a secular state is the one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion. Every state have different kind of religious people in it, right? So any one of the state also doesn't promote any single religion. We are giving preference equally for all the religious people. It gives to every citizen not only the equal right to freedom. Yes, It gives to every citizen not only the equal right to freedom of conscience, but also the right to profess, practice and propagate any faith of their own choice. So, our state is not only giving equal rights of freedom to everybody, but also they give rights to profess the religion, practice the religion, or propagate any faith, of their faith in their own choice. The state observes an attitude of neutrality and impartiality towards all religions. In a secular state, no one is given preferential treatment, and the state does not discriminate any person on the basis of their religious practice and beliefs. All citizens are eligible to enter government service irrespective of their faith. Any kind of religious persons are allowed, or they are eligible to enter government service, government job, irrespective of their any kind of faith they have. There should be absolutely no religious instructions in educational institutions and no taxes to support any particular religion. Next, importance of secularism. We'll see what is the importance of the secularism. The concept of secularism evolved in India as equal treatment of all religions. So, what is the concept of secularism? The concept is nothing but just to evolve our India to treat all the religious people equally. That is called as what? Secularism. We need secular state to maintain peace and harmony between people of various religious ideology. So, we need secular state in order to maintain peace and harmony with people between those are having various religious ideology. It is a part of democracy which grants equal rights. Next, the Mughal Emperor Akbar followed the policy of religious tolerance. As we saw about Ashoka, and here we are seeing about Mughal Emperor Akbar. So he also followed the policy of religious tolerance. His propagation of Din-i-Ilahi. What is Din-i-Ilahi? That is divine faith. And Sulh-i-Kul, that is peace and harmony among religions, were advocated for religious tolerance. So this is the picture of Mughal Emperor Akbar. Next, constitution and secularism. Secularism is a part of Indian constitution. So what is secularism? It's a part of Indian constitution. The makers of the Indian constitution were aware that a strong and united nation could be built only when all sections of people had the freedom to practice their religion. So every part, every sections of people should have the freedom to practice their religion. So secularism was accepted as one of the fundamental tenets for the development of democracy in India. The word secularism was not mentioned in our constitution when it was adopted in 1950. Later on, in 1976, the word secular was incorporated in the preamble through the 42nd Amendment of the Indian Constitution. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. The basic aim of our constitution is to promote unity and integrity of the nation along with individual dignity. There is no state religion in India. So each and every state has mixed of religions, isn't it? So there is no religion state in our country. The state will neither establish a religion of its own nor confer any special patronage upon any particular religion. The freedom of religion guaranteed under the Indian Constitution is not confined to its citizen alone, but extend to aliens also. So aliens here is nothing but foreigners. Foreigners are called as aliens here. Okay. This was pointed out by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case Ratilal Panchand 5, State of Bombay in the year 1954. Next. A 19th century Hindu temple in Khajuraho, India incorporates a Hindu sphere, a Jain cupola, a Buddhist stupa, and the Muslim style dome in place of usual shikara. So this is the temple which has been constructed in all styles. Okay, Hindu sphere they have kept there, Jain cupola they have kept, Buddhist stupa they have kept, okay, Muslim style dome they have kept here, okay, in the place of usual shikara. Next. The Constitution of India has the following distinguishing features. The state will not identify itself with or be controlled by any religion. The state guarantees to everyone the right to profess any religion of their own. The state will not accord any preferential treatment any of them. No discrimination will be shown by the state against any person on account of his religious faith. It creates fraternity of the Indian people and gives assurance the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. Next. The secular Indian state declares public holidays to mark the festivals of all religion, as we saw earlier, right? So each and every religion we get a festival holiday, right? Public holiday. Next one is mosaic of constitutional provisions. So mosaic here is nothing but foundation. Okay, foundation. Here mosaic is nothing but foundation. Got it? Next. Yes, Article 15. So this one you have in short answer. Okay, so article have given here. So 3 articles you will be writing. So first 2 and last one you will be having as a 6th short answer, right? Okay. Article 15. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, caste, sex or place of birth, etc. So prohibition of discrimination, okay, on the grounds of what? Religion, caste, sex or place of birth. So according to Article 15. Next, Article 16. Equality of opportunity in public employment. So in public employment, everybody should have equal opportunity. This is according to Article 16. Article 25, subsection 1. So in bracket they have given 1. So you have tell it as subsection 1. Okay. Guarantees the freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate religion individually. So they have the Article 25 subsection 1 has guaranteed the freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate religions individually. Individually we can go and propagate about our religion, right? So we have rights for it. Next, Article 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. So we have freedom to manage any religious affairs. Next, Article 27. The state shall not compel any citizen. The state shall not compel any citizen to pay any taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. So any kind of citizen is not given rights, okay, to compel any kind of people to promote, to pay taxes for, in order to promote any kind of religions. Okay. Next, Article 28. On religious instructions or religious worship in certain educational institution. Next, Article 29 subsection 2. A ban on discrimination in state aided educational institution. Okay, next. Why do we need secular education? Secularism in education means making public education free from any religious dominance. So why do we need secular education? Secularism in education means what? Making public education free from any religious dominance. Okay. Children as future citizens must get education which should aim at their development of character and moral behavior irrespective of religious affiliation. Next, secular education is needed. Why secular education is needed? So you have this in detailed question answer. Okay. First one, to remove narrow-mindedness and makes dynamic and enlightened view. To develop moral and humanistic outlook. To train the youth to be good citizen. To strengthen democratic values like liberty, equality and fraternity and cooperative living. To give wider vision towards life. To develop an attitude of appreciation and understanding of other point of view. To develop the spirit of love, tolerance, cooperation, equality and sympathy. The last one is to synthesize materialism and spiritualism. Next, conclusion. The Indian state is secular and works in various ways to prevent religious domination. Secularism undoubtedly helps and aspires to enable every citizen to enjoy fully blessings of life, liberty and happiness. The Indian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights that are based on secular principles. It is one of the glowing achievements on Indian democracy. Secularism allows us to live in civility. It compels people to respect other religion. It grants equal rights to the people in respect of their religious faith. It is desirable for a country like India. Okay, so this is a picture they have given. Akbar's tomb at Sikandara near Agra, India. Akbar's instruction for the mausoleum was that it would incorporate elements from different religions including Islam and Hinduism. So here they have given that about Kabir Das poem they have given here. Where do you search for me? I am with you. Not in pilgrimage, not in icons, neither in solitude, not in temples, nor in mosque, neither in Kaaba, nor in Kailash. I am with you, O man, I am with you. So here about Kabir Das poem they have given. Okay, so what it says, so they are saying here, God is in you. Okay, I am not in a temple, I am not in a mosque, I am not in any kind of pilgrimage. Okay, but I am with you, O man, I am with you. So this is the poem represents. Okay, recap. India is the land of multi-religious country. Hence, there is a need for tolerance of all religions. Secularism is the belief that no one should be discriminated on the basis of religion. Secularism is very essential for the smooth functioning of a democratic country. A secular state is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as state religion. The Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practice. The Indian state works in various ways to prevent religious domination. Okay, children, we have completed this lesson. Go through the lesson. Next class, we shall start the new lesson. Thank you and take care.